presenting Shri Vishwataarak Ratnatrayi Vidhya Raajitam Jainism course written by Param Pujya Sadhviji Bhagwan Shri Maniprabha Shriji Maharaj Saheb. Presenting episode 5 of Tatva Gyaan from book 2 of the Jainism course. In this episode, we will learn more about the Jayana of Vayukai, Vanaspatika, etc. Vayukai. All types of air from fans, AC, car exhausts, storms, typhoons, etc. have the jeeves of Vayukai. Prabhu has said that the Vayukai jeeves, in as much as a neem leaf increase their size as much as lice, then the jeeves will not be able to fit in the entirety of Jambudvip. Hence, as far as possible, ensure their Jayana. Jayana can be observed with the help of the following rules. Do not use fans again and again. Do not use it unnecessarily. Avoid using AC as much as possible. While drying clothes, do not flick them too much. Take back dried clothes as soon as possible because clothes kept out to dry lead to Viradna of Vayukai jeeves. Curtains, etc. can be tied up. Appreciation of Vayukai can be avoided. Vanaspatika. It has two types, Pratyek and Sadharan. Jayana of Pratyek Vanaspatika. Do not wander in gardens and parks. The pain that a 9-month pregnant woman feels when one is jumping on her stomach, a pain many times more felt by the jeeves of grass when one walks on the grass. Hence, one must not walk on the grass. Do not pluck leaves or fruits from the trees, and do not touch plants and trees unnecessarily. While shopping at the vegetable market, do not move them around too much. Renounce green vegetables, fruits, etc. during the days of Tithi. Do not appreciate soups, fruits, vegetables, etc. merely for the sake of taste. Especially during the rainy season, moss of many colors, that is black, green, brown, etc. is formed in the building compound, old walls, etc. It is called Nigod. Like Kandamul, potatoes, etc., it is Anantkai as well. In its one body, there are infinite jeeves. By walking on it, by leaning against it and sitting, by driving on it, keeping objects on it, or by pouring water on it, there is violence towards infinite jeeves. Potatoes, etc. are Anantkai. When it is considered a grave sin to chew such Nigod, then how can we crush these under our feet? It's worth noting. The place that stays moist for long, Nigod is born over there. Even if the bathroom stays wet throughout the day, then there can be Nigod in it as well. Hence, do not keep any place in the house wet for a long time. One must walk while looking down. If there is Nigod on the street, then move towards the other side and walk on the clean side. To avoid formation of Nigod in the building compound, etc., we can try following some things before the rainy season. Install such flooring or spread such soil that Nigod does not form. Paint with a few layers of oil paint or tar. Once Nigod is formed, soil must not be put on top of it. It should not be cleaned or removed, nor should tar be applied to it. Until the time it does not dry out naturally, it should be left untouched. Applying color, varnish, etc. on wood ensures that Nigod, etc. does not form over it. Protect moss. White moss can be seen on stale food items. This happens especially in the rainy season. Due to moisture, moss can be formed on items like sweets, khakra, vadi, papad, etc. After the formation of moss, the food item becomes abhakshya. Touching such an item or moving it around is prohibited. This moss is Anantkai. It is called Nigod. There are infinite jeeves in each of its particles or bodies. Keep edible items in airtight containers. While removing food from the container, ensure that the hands are not wet at all. If possible, then try to use a spoon instead. Close the lid properly. The item that has moss on it, keep it separate and ensure that it is not touched. The understanding of preparing fruits containing seeds. The fruits wherein the seeds are in the center part. In the case of lemons, etc., a knife must be inserted only to 0.25 inches of the surface. Then move it from both sides. In this way, the seeds do not die. In the case of bottle gourd and pointed gourd, it can be split from above and the seeds can be saved. Understanding of Sachit Achit. Sachit is item with jeev. Achit means such an item from which jeev has left. 48 minutes after preparing fruits with seeds like apples, etc., it is considered achit. One cannot consume sachit items, especially during tapasya like ekashna, etc. If salt is added to a food item, it becomes achit after 48 minutes, provided it melts in the food without cooking. If it doesn't melt, then it stays sachit. like the kacha salt used in singdana chutney, the kacha salt added in farsan, papdi and wafer etc. Then it cannot be used during ekashna etc. and it cannot be offered to sadhu sadhviji bhagwans as well. Also, sachit tyagis should not consume it. Whole cumin, that is jeera, is sachit. Raw tomato and cucumber are sachit. If the cucumber is not cooked properly or if it is half cooked, then it is sachit. Achit of sthavar jeevs. Explain the sachit achit in sthavar items. Till a sthavar item is with jeev, it is sachit, then it becomes achit. How does a sthavar item becomes achit? An item becomes achit in three ways: Swakay Shastra, Parkay Shastra, Ubhaykay Shastra. Swakay Shastra, mixing of one type of soil with another, water from different wells meeting each other, on mixing water from the tap and well. In the same way, on mixing the flame from gas stove and a wood-fired stove, the different air, different types of plants when mixed, they become weapons for each other. These items become achit after the death of chiefs, but they do not become achit completely. Hence, it is not appropriate for prudent people to do such mixing, and doing it causes dosh. Parkay Shastra. One body becomes achit after being mixed with a body of different kai, like the interaction of water with fire. Water becomes achit. Ubhaykay Shastra. Heating two different types of water. In this process, water becomes achit due to each other, that is Swakay Shastra, and with fire, Ubhaykay Shastra. It is said that water should be consumed after boiling, but doesn't boiling lead to the death of jeeves of water? In water, jeeves keep on being born and dying every moment. This action keeps going on perpetually in kacha water. On boiling water once, jeeves die. However, as per its kal, the jeeves are not born for the decided time. That water stays achit. That is why water should be consumed after boiling. Also, consuming sachit ensures that the parinams of the mind do not stay well, and drinking achit water makes the parinams soft. This is deep science. Bendriya. Conch shells, worms, earthworms, maggots, etc. In almost all of the 22 abhakshya, there are high chances of Bendriya jeeves being born, which is why they are abhakshya. Jaina can be observed with the help of following rules. Honey, butter, cheese, alcohol and meat, that is including fish and eggs, are mahavigai. That is why one should renounce them forever. Renounce ice, snow, etc. All types of methi pickles and all other pickles made without the vidhi prescribed in the scriptures shall be renounced. Do not consume kacha milk or curd or buttermilk with dvidal, that is pulses. Renounce ratri bhojan. Stale items like bread, pav, etc., flour, sweets, khakra, namkeen, etc., once the kal is ended, are abhakshya. The curd which has passed 2 nights is abhakshya. In these items, Bendriya jeeves of the same color, smell, taste and texture are born, hence do not use it. Tendriya. Lice, ants, centipedes, termites, etc. are Tendriya jeeves. They have 4 or 6 legs. Jaina can be observed with the help of following rules. Consume any grain after sorting them, and observe Jaina towards the jeeves being born, that is, place them in the shade. Do not keep rotten grains in the sun after the birth of jeeves. Keep the grains in the sun before the birth of jeeves. Similarly, even in the case of beds, mattresses, cushions, etc., dry them in the sun before the insects are born. Keep the house clean so that there are no insects like ants, etc. Perform pramarjana on a gas or stove, etc. before using so that there is no violence towards ants, etc. After the gas stove is used for the day, cover the gas burner with a cloth in the evening so that small insects do not get into the holes. Through pramarjana, only those jeeves that are outside can be saved, not those who get inside the burner. Hence, covering the burner with cloth is the best option. Chaurindriya. Scorpions, honeybees, mosquitoes, houseflies, cockroaches, etc. Identification. They have 6 or 8 legs and have a moustache-like part in the front. They usually have small wings. Jaina can be observed with the help of following rules. Keep the house clean so that these jeeves are not born. If there are additional earthen pots in the house, cover their mouth with a cloth, else the chances of a spider's web increase manifold. Do not spray or sprinkle such medicines or chemicals which might kill them. Before sitting in any place or placing or moving any item, to save the Viklendriya jeeves, always do Drishti Padilehan. If there is any jeev, then it should be saved. Samurchim Panchendriya Tiryanch. Fish, lizards, buffalo, lions, etc. can be Samurchim as well. Yes. However, They look like garbage tiryanj. Once a Maharaj Saheb was teaching 14 Purva to his Shishya. In it, there was a description that mixing certain types of materials leads to the birth of fish. A fisherman heard this and began mixing medicines and began to sell after making many fishes. In this way, he became very rich. Once, on remembering Maharaj Sahib's benevolence, he came to give Maharaj Sahib a gift. When Maharaj Sahib got to know about that, to break the tradition of violence forever, he told the fisherman that by mixing certain materials, more fishes would be born. The fisherman went home and mixed those medicines. As per the new formula, a lion was born and he ate the fisherman. In this way, the fishes and lions were created due to the materials. However, they were of Samurcham type. Samurcham jeeves have no mind. Jayana of Samurcham and Garbaj Tiryanj Panchindriya can be observed with the help of these rules. Ensure that there is no violence towards animals like dogs, cats, rats, snakes, pigs, sparrows, hens, cows, buffaloes, lizards, etc. Do not beat or tie them up or put excessive pressure on them. Do not use toothpaste made from their flesh and bones. Most makeup and cosmetic products are made after being tested on innocent animals violently. Hence, they should not be used. Research about its ingredients will give a lot of information about the same. Many products might contain animal body parts, etc. Hence, thorough research is must. Do not use belts, wallets, bags, etc. made up of leather. While opening or closing doors, windows, etc., we must inspect for any jeeves. Samurchim Manushya. Samurchim Manushya does not look like Garbaj Manushya. They have 5 senses. But due to their bodies being extremely small, of a Sankhya part of an angul, despite uncountable jeeves being born simultaneously, they are not visible. Their Ayushya is of an Antar Muhurat. These are born from 14 Ashuchi Sthan, that is unclean parts of Garbaj Manushya's body. 14 Ashuchi Sthan of a human. Feces, urine, cough spit, scum from the nose, vomit, used water or food, bile, blood, semen, on rehydration of pudgals of semen and sweat in the cloths kept separate from the body, lump in the intercourse of man and woman, in the sewers of the city, in the corpse of a human. In the 14 sthans separated from a human body, after 48 minutes, uncountable Samurchim Panchindriya Manushyas are perpetually born. They die, are born again and die again. In this way, perpetual birth and death stay on. For the safety of these jeeves, appropriate Jayana of these Ashuchi items should be done. Jayana can be observed with the help of following rules. Wash used, that is jhuta utensils, within 48 minutes. To check whether the boiled water is cold, do not dip your finger in it, but check it by touching the utensils from outside. Clean your dish with water after eating and drink its water. Dry it with a cloth. Do not remove worn cloths and keep them here and there. Due to the presence of sweat, dry them. Do not keep clothes soaked in for more than 48 minutes. If one has touched the containers in the kitchen with wet or dirty hands, wipe them off. If possible, then urinate and defecate in the places where it dries up quickly. In today's city life, this is difficult, but even today, many people in the villages do this. You will be surprised to know that the majority of Sarak villages also follow this. Cough and spit can be mixed with ash, else it can be wiped off with cloths and dried. Garbaj Manushya. Jayana can be observed with the help of following rules. After getting physical with a man, 9 lakhs Garbaj Panchindriya Manushya, 2 to 9 lakh Viklendriya and uncountable Samurcham jeeves are born in the woman's vulva. Hence, one must try and follow brahmacharya as much as possible. Do not tie humans, do not kill or abuse them, do not exploit workers or servants by making them work more. As far as possible, try helping others and attain dharma. Give sanskar to kids during their childhood itself. Do not fight with family members, do not have arguments with them, and do not torture anyone mentally. Do not beat up kids. Try using love to make them understand. However, we should never pamper them too much. Often the threat of a slap keeps the kids away from major sins. But that does not mean that all your frustration can be released by beating kids mercilessly. After knowing about 563 types of jeeves, one should follow rules to ensure Jayana of jeev and do Kalyan of Atma. In this episode, we learned about Jayana in detail. Thanks for joining Jainism course. Sarve Jeevo Mokshe Jao.